As expected, the recent planned Andal invasion of the north was a complete failure. The new would-be conqueror landed his hosts far to the north of Enger's modest kingdom, trying to carve out his own lands, inspired by the success of Enger. Like hundreds of would-be conquerors before him though, and thousands of Andal warriors, they failed miserably. The lands to the north were said to be painted red with Andal blood. 10,000 knights had landed. Enger didn't dare to think how many had managed to escape with their lives. The odd bodies, stripped of all their armour and belongings, had washed up on the shores of the White Knife, surely from the battlefields to the north near Winterfell and the Dreadfort, all bloated and pale white. Enger had had all the men buried and seen to it by his silent sisters. He may not have wanted to see this host succeed, but it still wounded him greatly to see his fellow countrymen slaughtered, stripped down and just tossed aside to rot like animals. Enger would see that their losses and misfortunes would not go to waste, however. They may have been crushed, but they had still bloodied the Northmen greatly and weakened them, leaving them ripe for the taking. To make matters even better, the young wolf had decided to carry on the momentum from his victory, to head north to the small bare island owned by the Ironborn to take it in the name of House Stark. What an utter fool, Sir Stephen had laughed. Has he forgotten we're here? He's marching all his army to the other side of the kingdom. It has been 17 years since we landed, Roseheart, added Sir Crispin Bloom. Maybe he thinks we're settled now and there's no threat to him. How wrong he is, Enger spoke up to his war council. I want all the men ready to leave by the morning. We march north to the Broken Branch. We'll take advantage of this pup's folly and claim as much land as we can whilst he's away. The next morning the host set out, almost 7,000 strong. The lands of the Broken Branch were left empty and undefended. Enger's men barely had to fight. They got several castles, towns and villages under siege quickly. They all quickly fell one by one. With the newly added Northmen in his ranks, it made things much easier. Most had kings or friends in the lands just over the border. The majority were willing to bend the knee and swear fealty, knowing of how well the lands to the south had prospered over the last 2 decades. The lords in their castles and keeps had put up a bit more of a fight, but they were still subdued with ease. Enger put new lords in place of these lands, the most northern province he'd given to his bastard brother. Enger had never liked him, but he could respect him for the great warrior he was. This would be the most vulnerable land in his domain, with the Dreadfort and Winterfell just to the north. It would need a strong man to defend it, and there wasn't many stronger than his half-brother. It also got him out of Sevensport and as far away as possible, to Enger's enjoyment. The new great port town he had taken to the east he gave to his twin sister Jonquil's oldest son, Daenys, to hold in his own name with his new Andal bride from the Vale of Arryn, under the banner of House Sevenstar. Hopefully it would grow to be as populated and prosperous as Sevenport had over the years. Many weeks later a huge knight arrived, joined by a young woman a horse, but from the north, not the south. The man was brought before Enger. My name is Sir Rogar Reich, my lord. This is my lady wife Daisy. We have travelled long and hard to reach you. I was part of the host that invaded to the north, yet we were exiled after I slayed a man in single combat for trying to claim my wife. I pray that the Mother above will give you her mercy, and you will take us in. I'm an honourable knight and a great swordsman. I will pledge you my sword and loyalty if you would take us in. My wife is with child, and in need of a safe place. The big man kneeled before Enger. I'm always on the lookout for great knights and loyal men. I've always been a great judge of character, and I sense great honour in you, sir. You are most welcome here in Sevensport.